I was like singing Calms Me Down, and I was so nervous that I was like going to drown or my head was going to explode or something because Hi Sparkles, it's Jordan Sparks. Welcome back to my channel. So I am super excited to film today's video because I have literally been on YouTube for 13 years and this is the first time I've ever had enough questions to actually film a Q&A. So I asked you guys on the community tab here on YouTube. I was like, hi Sparkles, would you guys like me to film a Q&A for you guys? If so, leave all of your questions for me below. I might not get around to answering all of your questions, but feel free to ask anything. I'm an open book, so nothing is off limits. I'm already like super nervous and we haven't even started. Anyway, so a ton of you guys actually answered just here on YouTube. So I guess I'm going to try and answer as many as possible and let's hop right into it. There's 29 questions here. So the first question is from Actominator and it says, is it ever too late to start dancing? If so, what age do you think you should/should have? I'm gonna go ahead and give that comment a heart. Hey, give it a heart. Okay, giving it a heart. And okay, so the answer to that is it's never too late to start dancing. It doesn't matter if you're 85 years old and you've just always been too afraid to start dancing, like get up and boogie girl, like it's never too late to start. There's no reason why you can't start dancing at any age, and even to be a professional dancer, it's not really too late to start even if you're like in your 20s. Go right ahead. Get going. You might have a lot of work to do, but you can do it. What age do you think you should/should have? I think they mean like what's the ideal age to start dancing, and the ideal age I would say is like 3 years old, 2 years old. I would say get your kids in tumbling classes if you are a parent and you're wondering like what should I do with my kids. I would say get them into gymnastics and tumbling classes as soon as possible because you don't have like that fear and that inhibition as a really young child. So if you start doing like tumbling really young, you'll develop all the muscles that you need to be a nice strong dancer with great posture, and you won't have the fear of any of those tumbling and acro tricks, so you'll be good to go to start dancing at like 3 or 4. The next question is from Gabriel Cum and it says, how many acro tricks can you do and what are they? I'm gonna give that comment a heart as well. Okay, well acro is definitely not my forte. I've probably had like 2 acro classes in my life. Shout out to Janet Jackson, my acro teacher. Okay, what can I do? I can do a back limber, a front limber, a back walkover, a front walkover, a front handspring, an elbow stand, a forearm stand, a shoulder stand, a handstand. I can do like hand walks. I don't know, I basically can't do any like aerial acrobatics or tumbling, so I can't do any back handsprings at the moment. Like I just need to go to an actual gym and practice on the mat. But yeah, can't do anything like that or any like front or back tucks at the moment because no practice and too afraid. Next question is from Emma Roberts and it says, what do you think about Abby and her style of teaching and her choreography? This is Abby Lee Miller from Dance Moms, I'm assuming. And was she portrayed unfairly, and do you think that the older girls, except the Highlands and Chloe, Paige and Brooke Highland, should have made contact with Abby after she got sick? P.S. Love your channel. Okay, so for one, I don't really know what happened beyond and behind the scenes. Like, for all we know, maybe Brooke and Paige did contact Abby, but I don't know. I don't really know the tea. Only they would know. But that being said, what do I think of Abby and her style of teaching and her choreography? I personally love her choreography. I love pretty acro lyricals, and that is my favorite style, and I just love a really clean piece that is technical and perfect and beautiful, and like anything that makes you come alive and be like, wow, that was a breath of fresh air, or like wakes you up from your dull, humdrum, depressing life and was like, wow, happiness does exist. I love those kind of lyrical, uplifting, beautiful, pretty numbers. And so that's why I actually have watched Dance Moms for so long, is because of the style. If it was a hip-hop show, well, there's a bunch of other hip-hop shows and I'm not really like super into them. I'll react to hip-hop dances here on my channel because you guys are interested in it, but like for me personally, I like to go to a hip-hop class, but like, it's just not anything compared to lyrical in my heart. Like, my passion is for pretty acro lyrical, just like Abby. Now, as for her teaching methods, I think that personally, if I were to take classes with Abby as a child, that there's no way that I would dance as an adult, because I would have post-traumatic stress disorder. I would be way too afraid. Like, I have so much anxiety and panic already that's why I'm a YouTuber. So I don't know. I definitely think that her tough love might work for some people, but for some people like me that are like sensitive human beings, that's not the kind of teaching style. And I know that that's for a lot of kids as well. Like, that teaching style does not work, and it'll break children's self-esteem and their self-confidence. And I think that that is the most important thing to be really anything successful in life, is you need to have self-esteem and you need to have confidence. So is it worth training in a studio where you don't feel confident and you feel like you are broken down? No, I don't think anything's worth that. So I don't know, it depends. If your kid is a really tough cookie and they really, really like that tough love kind of coaching style, then go for it. But for me, I'm all about being encouraging and strict, not mean. I would never boast and be like, yeah, I can make a child cry. So I don't see eye to eye with Abby on that. Okay, next question is from Skylar ALDC, and it says, what do you think I can do to start being a choreographer? Oh yeah, I'm gonna like both of those comments. So to start being a choreographer, I would say start creating your own choreography right now. Start improvising every single day and trying to create new movement. For me, I create all of my new movement by improvising, and then watching all of these other dances and watching new dancers and all of the choreography from everybody else. I use that as inspiration to create new dances, or to take pieces and movements from other choreographers, and that's how you create your own style, whatever works for you. But to be a choreographer, yeah, I would say start improvising and creating every single day, and from there look for opportunities. But basically, just in order to actually become a choreographer, you need to be able to choreograph and you need to be able to think on your feet. So improvising every single day and creating from your own brain is the best way to get practice with that. Next question is from Ame Samemo. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but I'm going to give that comment a heart, and it says, what is your favorite dance move? My favorite dance move? Probably Alicicone turns or forearm stands. Those are the two things that I probably do the most, because they did not come natural to me at all, so I had to put a lot of practice into them, so might as well put that practice to good use. The next question is from Sinead Kendrick. I'm gonna give that a heart. It says, would you like to be a judge on So You Think You Can Dance, or in the UK for Strictly Come Dancing, where celebs learn to dance? Sure, I would love to be on any kind of show as a dance judge. That would be fun. Allison Clark says, how are you? I am great, Allison. How are you? Next question is from Maggie Cobb, and it says, why did you decide to start dancing? Ooh, okay, well, I've been obsessed with dancing. That's like, I think it was like one of the very first things that I ever liked as a child. I loved ballet, and I loved gymnastics, and I loved figure skating. And I didn't participate in any of those things, other than like doing cartwheels around my backyard, but I just always had a passion and a desire to dance. And then I kind of fell in love with the art of dance when I got older, because it was a way to express yourself and tell a story without actually having to communicate with words how you personally were feeling. You didn't have to make it too personal, but you could still express all of those emotions and get them out in movement. The next question is from Mila Masito. And Mila says, also, who does your hair, or do you do it yourself because the color or style always looks great? Okay, well, I always do my hair myself. I don't think I've actually been to a hairdresser for anything in like 5 years, and the last time I went to a hairdresser, it was my friend Sienna. Hi Sienna, shout out to Sienna, because we actually trained and went to hair school together, and that's part 2 of this, is I actually trained to be a hairdresser before I ever trained as a dancer. So I went to a trades high school, so for basically my entire high school experience, I was training and apprenticing to become a hairdresser, and then I did an extra year of high school where I went every single day and did my training to become a hairdresser, and then I went to performing school after that. So I always do my hair myself, that's why I change it all the time. I think that if I was going to a hairdresser and doing this, that it would cost me $1 bajillion. But I just like have a giant tub of bleach and a shelf full of hair color, so I do it myself. And thank you for the compliment, by the way. Why did you decide to start a YouTube channel, and did you expect it to actually get the views that it does? Is Mila's second question. And why did I start a YouTube channel? I originally started my very first YouTube channel because I saw Fred and Miranda Sings and characters like that, and I was like, ooh, I could start a character like that because I love sketch comedy and improv and stuff like that. So I used to have a character called It's Georgie, and I've since like closed down that channel, but that was like one of my first YouTube channels. And I also watched this vlogger named Mitchell Davis and OG Shane Dawson and Trisha Paytas, like Chris Crocker, like Jenna Marbles, all of these YouTubers from back in the day, and I wanted to be a daily vlogger. And did I expect it to work out? No, that's probably why I quit doing YouTube several times, and then I went off to college and I didn't really do YouTube other than the occasional song cover for like 4 years. And then after I graduated college, I was like, okay, I'm going to start making music covers every single day on YouTube, or at least as often as I could. And I thought that that might work, but yeah, that didn't work. And then I started the Dance Coach React series, and that's how my channel actually started to grow more. And did I think that was going to work out? I don't know. The Dance Coach Reacts things kind of just like came to my mind out of nowhere, and I was just like, oh, if I'm not teaching anymore and I'm literally watching dances every single day and I'm dancing at home, why not do that on YouTube? And then I searched to see if there's any other people that were doing like Dance Coach Reacts videos, because so many people are doing Vocal Coach Reacts videos and nobody was doing Dance Coach Reacts videos. And I was like, okay, let's do it. And it kind of just like was like the missing puzzle piece for me, and I thought that it was a great fit because I wasn't using my dance coaching skills anymore, and I wasn't like using all of these skills and all of this training and all of this time that I put into this, and so now I have an outlet to use all of that instead of like boring my mom and my roommate and other people that will listen to me about dancing, because people that don't dance don't care. Okay, the next question is from Once Upon a Time Fan Forever 101. And they said, favorite Dance Moms episode in season 3. Oh, geez. Definitely not when Brooke and Paige left. Was that in season 3? I would say, wasn't that episode where they did the You Can and Be Anything solos in season 3? I don't really remember which season was which. Everything just kind of blurs together for me, but maybe that episode. Jordan Anacini asks, what's your favorite musical of all time? Ooh, I have way too many favorite musicals. I would say White Christmas is one of my favorites, just because it like makes me happy and gives me like happy, heartwarming nostalgia of happy, perfect Christmas. I love the unauthorized autobiography of Samantha Brown, because my favorite song, my favorite ballad is from that musical. It's called Run Away With Me. I love Wicked, that's like one of my guilty pleasures. I'm absolutely in love with A Chorus Line. That was one of the musicals that kind of made me feel like I had a place in this world and that my identity as a dancer was valid. And then just like hearing all of these other people's stories of their journeys as a dancer and as a performer just made me feel so connected. So A Chorus Line I absolutely love as well. But I don't know if I could pick just one musical. I'm kind of obsessed with way too many. The next question is from Neverland or Bust. And she asked, when did you start dancing? And I started taking class like regularly when I was 19. So the next question is from Madeline Du Boulay. And she asks, how long have you been dancing for and what do you do now as a job? So again, I've been dancing since I was 19, and what do I do now as a job? I am a full-time YouTuber. And the next question is from Ukeg, and they asked, do you plan on dancing your whole life? Is dancing the only career you have? Probably yeah. I plan to dance until I die. I would love to be one of those people that's like viral on Facebook when they're like 95 doing ballet. Or like on a balance beam, even though I've never been on a balance beam in my life. Okay, so, and is this the only career you have? No, so I actually, like I said, I trained as a hairdresser before I did performing, and I still do film work as an actor. I sing as well, and I plan to be pursuing a lot more music in the future as well. I dance, yes, of course, but my main job is YouTube. I do YouTube every single day. That's like my actual career, and everything else is just wherever it fits in life. And Ukeg also asked, do you have any passions beside dance? So yeah, like singing, songwriting, YouTube, connecting with people. I would love to travel more. What else am I passionate about? I love animals. I'm obsessed with like wild cats and the ocean and marine life and diving. I actually started my diving training and did my first like underwater deep sea dive, and that was really cool. The second that I took my first breath, I was like, under the sea. Just kidding, I started singing Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid, but that was literally on my very first breath as soon as I started diving, because I was like, singing calms me down, and I was so nervous that I was like going to drown or my head was going to explode or something, because diving is actually really scary. Whew. So the next question is from Taylory, and Taylory asks, inspirations for dancing, coaching, and or YouTube. Woo, I have so many inspirations. So my biggest inspiration from musical theater and Broadway was Sutton Foster. I'm absolutely obsessed with her. I would love to see her perform live. I've never got to see her perform live. I was inspired by Abby Lee Miller for coaching, just because I liked her choreography style, but I'm definitely way more inspired by Claudia Dean coaching here on YouTube, both as a coach and as a YouTuber. On YouTube, I have so many favorite YouTubers. I love James Charles, I love Shane Dawson, I love Trisha Paytas, Jeffree Star, Star Puppy. I love Samantha Harvey. Ooh, just so many YouTubers that I'm obsessed with. The next question is from McDonald's is my city, and they asked, who's your favorite Dance Moms girl? So my favorites originally when the show started were Brooke and Chloe, and I have so many favorites. I love all of them for different reasons, but those are my OG favorites. The next question is from Shayla Magana, or Magana, I don't really know. They said, what's your favorite style of dance? My favorite style of dance is probably pretty lyrical or musical theater. Allison Clark asks, what's your favorite pizza topping? Probably just the actual cheese itself. Anything else is a bonus, but I love pepperoni pizza. Next question is from Hamster Whiskers, and they asked, what was it like when you first became a YouTuber and how did you deal with hate? So when I first became a YouTuber, there wasn't much hate because I wasn't really getting any views. And to be honest, even still, I don't really get a lot of hate comments. Like, sometimes I'll go like days and days and days without a hate comment. And usually the most negative comments that I get on my channel are criticizing the people that are in the videos that I'm talking about in my Dance Coach Reacts videos, and they're not actually hating on me. But for me, I just let it kind of roll off my shoulders, because what people say that is negative to you is not so much a reflection of you as it is a reflection of them and how they feel and how they think and how they see the world. And if you're happy with yourself, then why do their negative comments matter? So that's kind of how I see the hate part, but I don't really get a lot of hate on YouTube, so bless that. We have a very lovely community here. So Kelsey Spots asks, are you still coaching dance, and what's your job besides YouTube? So YouTube is actually my only job unless I decide to do film work, but I don't need to do any other work right now like I do YouTube full-time. And I basically choose not to do film work because it gives me too much anxiety, and auditioning and stuff is just not my favorite thing, to be honest. And am I still coaching dance? Other than here on YouTube and the series of like coaching videos that I'm working on the side, no, I'm not working in a studio or anything. Okay, the next question is from Hannah XOX, and she asks, do you play any instruments? There's sometimes a guitar in the background of your videos. Hi Hannah. I do actually play guitar and keyboard. I'm not really good at either, but because I'm a songwriter, I figured that I needed to learn at least how to play like the basic 8 chords on guitar and keyboard so that I could write music. And Hannah also asks, what kind of music do you listen to? Ooh, I listen to like whatever my roommate is playing, so for the most part it is like a lot of top 40 music, and other than that I love Adele, I love Whitney Houston, I love basically anything that is like belting or soul music or old gospel music. Yeah. Next question is from It's Yo Girl Tammy. And she asks, why did you stop coaching, and did the kids you coached, did they go to competitions? So I stopped coaching for a bunch of reasons. The main reason for me is because I have a lot of anxiety and panic disorder in certain situations, and when I was coaching, I would have a full-blown panic attack every single day on my way to the studio, and I just had too much anxiety. It was just being in front of a group of people. Like, I loved my students so much, but it gave me way too much anxiety to continue doing that on a day-to-day basis, and that's why doing it here online or on YouTube is a much better fit for me. Also, a little bit of tea. When I was coaching, it was the same year that Maddie Ziegler did like the Sia videos, and I did a tribute video on my YouTube channel that I've since deleted, so you're not gonna find it, but I did a tribute video, and it was basically me recreating that video, and then a bunch of parents at the studio were like so worried about my influence on their children because I was wearing a leotard and tights and a wig in my video, so basically, the community that I was coaching in was too close-minded, and when I finished that year of coaching, I moved to Vancouver to pursue my performing career, and I really wasn't planning to be a coach or do any dance coaching. I just kind of let that ship sail, but then now I'm doing it on YouTube again, so here we are. Next question is from Hannah again, and she says, what's your favorite Dance Mom solo, duo, trio, and group? My favorite solo, let's just see what first one comes to mind. I loved Leaving Berlin, or Breaking Down the Walls, or whatever that solo was called. I think it was Maddie's from like season 4. My favorite duo, I loved Inside of Me with Chloe and Maddie. That was like my favorite duo for the longest time. Favorite trio, ooh, that's a tough one. I'm picturing one with like Kendall, Chloe, and Paige, and they were dancing in a circle in orange costumes. That one was cute. Or there was one that was like Paige and Brooke was the lead and Chloe, and it was like a 50s doo-wop number, and Brooke was lip syncing. There wasn't a lot of trios on this show, but those are two that come to mind. I don't know, I probably have a favorite that I can't think of at the moment. And my favorite group number, oh, I have way too many, but my very favorite in the beginning, the one that impacted me the most, was the original Where Have All the Children Gone? When I look back at it now, I'm like, ooh, sloppy, but like at the time, that was the most meaningful to me. Next question is from Briley Jordan, and they asked, when did you start dancing? I started dancing at 19. Corinna K asks, how are you? I am great, Corinna K. How are you? And the very last question here on YouTube is, what's your favorite thing to do? And it's from Spirit YPC is amazing. So I'm just going to make sure that I liked all of your guys' comments. I did. Okay, so my very favorite thing to do, I love dancing, I love singing, I love performing live on stage. I would say that nothing really compares to being able to perform something you're really proud of that you created in front of an audience that loves you. So if I were to be like doing a meet and greet or performing something live for you guys, that would be my favorite thing in the entire world. But second to that, I love Disney World, and being at Disney World or Universal Studios in Orlando, or basically doing anything at... Oh, sirens. Oh, that was fast. Basically doing anything at an amusement park with my family is like my favorite thing in the world. I love Disney World, and I love amusement parks. And yeah, that was it for your guys' questions. Thank you so much to everybody that wrote a question. I know this is like a super long video, but I wanted to make sure that I got to every single one of your guys' questions. And I hope this video wasn't too boring. And yeah, I guess that is it for this video. I love you guys so much, and thank you so much to everybody that left a question. And I guess that is it for this video. So as always, make sure to be weird, be wild, and stay sparkly, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.
Danger. The emergency destruct system is now activated. The ship will detonate in T-minus 10 minutes.